Things I wish I knew in my 20s that I now know in my 30s. Are y'all ready for this ride? When they say you have to go through the bad to get through the good, baby, I am a walking image. My 20s. Let me start from the beginning. Story time. 20s. Oh my gosh. My 20s, I got pregnant in my 20s, right? I got pregnant with Nova when I was 21 years old. Was with her father at the time, and I didn't know my worth. I literally think the worst thing that you could ever do is underestimate yourself and not know your worth. That is something I struggled with when I was in that relationship, and it molded me into the woman that I am today. So when they say, life teaches you lessons, it does. And it may not feel like life is teaching you a lesson at that time. It may feel like you're just going through fucking hell, but it's always light at the end of the tunnel. So was in that relationship for a while, and when I say while, I'm not gonna get into details. I was in it for a while, but at the same time, because I didn't know myself, right? Like I didn't know who I was. I was still young. So I didn't know who I was. I wasn't married or anything. I'm still young trying to figure out life. And my best friend, which was a female in school, we ended up getting together. When I say getting together, I mean literally living together, getting together, and doing everything under the sun that you can do together. So granted, now I was still in that particular relationship, finding myself and all this good stuff. Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? That's what we like to tell our men. Can't have your cake and you can't eat it too. I literally wanted my cake and I wanted to eat it too. So I gave them an ultimatum, and I was like, listen, if you want me and if you love me, I'm gonna have both of y'all. One's gonna have me Monday through Wednesday, the other one's gonna have me Wednesday through Sunday. Like, it was just, and it's weird because it's like that wasn't me. Like, looking back, like, it was a messed up situation to the point where, like, I can't believe I did that, right? Like, so because the people's feelings that's hurt, in it. So he agreed at first. He agreed to that, specific thing. And everything went well for a couple days. And then jealousy started sparking up, and all this other stuff just started happening, and it just got out of control. Y'all know when they say hurt people, I was a hurt woman, right? I was hurt because I didn't know what I wanted, and that specific person wasn't giving me what I wanted at that time. So I was a hurt woman hurting people. And here comes my husband that I'm with today into the situation as well. So I'm like having a boyfriend and another boyfriend and a girlfriend at the same time. And I think I was like 25 after all this, kind of took its course. And I was like, I can't do this no more. I can't. I think I found myself when I was 25, because when I met my husband, and granted, we've known each other since we were 12. So, we always knew we would be soulmates, but we knew it wasn't the time. The time wasn't, then for us to get together. It just wasn't. We were on two different paths. So he finally came back around. And I just forgot about them. No cap, no kitty. I forgot about the other person. I forgot about her. And I solely put my focus into him. And I think it was the best decision that I've ever made in my life. Because he had this persona of being the bad boy, right? But he had the sweetest heart. So it was literally, it was what I needed, right? God puts people in your life for a reason, sometimes for a season. This just happened to be for a reason. We are married now and got kids. But it's just you really have to know, you have to balance yourself. I'm still struggling in my 30s as far as balancing myself. Like I'm literally just figuring out that I have ADHD, right? At the age of 31. I'm literally just figuring out figuring out that I have anxiety and depression and all this stuff, and I'm having all these emotions go through my head, like what is going on? And coming from Black parents, of course, it's not saying all Black people like this, but most of us are like this. When I would go to my mom and tell her things like, oh mom, I need help, something's not right, something's wrong, like I'm hating myself, I'm down, you know, I didn't have that support. Granted, love my mama to death, she's the best mother ever, but when it comes to mental health and the way she was raised, it's more so suck it up and pray. God's the only one that's gonna be able to help, right? And I get that, but I needed that hug. I needed that hug to say, you know, it's okay. Mommy got you. It's okay. We can go to therapy together, or we can go talk to someone together, or medication does work, or you don't have to be embarrassed or ashamed for, you know, taking, you know, certain medications that's going to, you know, help you. Baby, I'm recording and you are in the mirror and they can see you taking your stuff off. So can you move?
Oh, sorry.
But that's another big thing when it comes to us finding ourselves. Like, we know ourselves best, right? Nobody don't know us like we know us. We know ourselves best, and we know when something's wrong. Like when I was in my 20s, I knew I was unbalanced. You know, switching over and fast forwarding to my 30s, I was unbalanced because I didn't have, you know, the knowledge that I needed about mental health. I didn't, you know, I was just all over the place. And that, you know, having kids now, I'm glad that I'm, you know, more educated on that and taking that serious, because finding out my daughter has OCD and ADD and all that stuff, I'm able to be the person that I wanted my mom to be, right? Like, mommy got you, baby. We want through this together. Not making it seem like it's like a good thing, but y'all, you know what I'm saying, to soothe her and let her know that everything's okay. And another thing, I wouldn't get as upset. Like, I let little things piss me off to the point where it broke me in my 20s. And knowing, you know, how life is in your 30s, you look back and be like, dang, that made you mad, or dang, you reacted this way to that, or, you know what I'm saying, like, you sit back and you really think. And I'm telling y'all to take y'all time to sit back and really think on how far you came. Like, write it down. I wrote mine down. Like, I would flip out, you know, and do, you know, crazy stuff for no reason in my 20s. And that's because I was, like I said, unbalanced. But, like, the things that I know now that I wish I'd known in my 20s, I think I would have, not saying I had a bad life, right? Like, I didn't have a bad life. There's other people out here, you know, that, you know, had, you know, way worse, you know, situations and things happen. So I didn't have a bad life, right? It's just, I didn't have control over my life. Y'all like how I put that? I didn't have control over my life. Now I do. I know that I am worthy, capable, all that good stuff. So, like I said, those are the things that I wish I'd known in my 20s that I know now in my 30s. Now, am I 100% healed and sanctified? No. But, you know, it's like, oh, it's a roller coaster. You know, it's not gonna be perfect. Life is not perfect, but taking those actions to get there, to, you know, prevent the things that went wrong in the 20s that you now see in the 30s, and being able to be a woman and kind of, you know, explain that to your girls or show them better, it makes a difference. Because it was crazy. It was crazy. It was a crazy ride. All right, y'all. So I done told y'all how I felt about my 30s, you know, versus my 20s. Comment and let me know how y'all feel. Let me know if y'all want a part two of story time, because y'all know I can get it rolling. I know I can get it coming. So just drop it in the comments, and I will see y'all in the next story video. Bye.